Okay.
Well, welcome back to your daily guilt dose. Apparently, this one is. This is Robert with Sharon, aka Twitchy Woman. Now, Sharon has been a student in my cinema therapy classes, and so I think I put her on the spot there. I said, "So, where's your story?" Because she was writing this wonderful story about this woman named Lee, a proxy character of your own story, and really exploring. And there was some wonderful discovery going on in truth, and I know because you've been through the class twice and various times, you are incredibly, blindingly busy. I totally compassionately understand getting something
That's
like
why I'm
that
so
done.
tired all the time.
Yeah, so I get it. So I ask with a full and open heart, how's the story going? And if it's going nowhere, that's okay.
Well, yeah, I feel like I failed the class because I never finished the assignment. But I'm too busy doing other things to
I
finish the
know,
assignment.
I
I keep
know.
saying I'm going to do it, and anyway. Okay, my story. I was diagnosed 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, the first diagnosis I got was I had a Parkinson's-like tremor. Now, this was from a neurologist who knew that I was going in 3 days later for breast cancer surgery. So I think to this day that he was trying to be nice to me, but he didn't do me any service that way because I was so confused. What is he talking about? Um, anyway, so I had my surgery. I had 6 weeks of radiation. He kept upping the medication I was on. Eventually, 6 months later, I was having hallucinations at night, and I had to go. I called my internist, and he said, "Go off the medication. I'll send you to a different doctor," because I told him I wasn't going back. Then he said that was when he sent me to UCLA to a movement disorder specialist who changed my life because she got it.
So I'm going to hold you right there because you and I have been through this story several times, and I think actually we've got another dose with it. And it's not that it's not a great story, but where I'm going to pause on that because I think this is an important moment, and you know enough from my class to know this. Telling your personal story, even if it's harrowing, it tends to limit the audience of who's going to hear that. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? So my hope and my whenever we can is that we can, because it's the point of the classes too, is help you find a way to get some aesthetic distance, to not tell exactly your story, but one off from it so that, like Matthew did, right? With what I didn't say. Paul is not him. And yet what he brings to Paul and the varying work can expand what's happening. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right, I'm going to fast forward five
Okay.
years. Okay, I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I didn't go to a class. I didn't go to anything. And I finally went to an event in Pasadena where there were 1,000 people. And that was where I saw the light, I guess. I found a boxing class to go to. I talked to people. I had already started my blog because I was getting so many people calling me. I figured I'll just write a blog and send it to them and tell them this is what you need to know. And being a compulsive researcher, I was it was not a problem, getting this thing started. And anyway, one thing came to another. I went to a workshop in New Jersey for women with Parkinson's. There were only 25 of us, and we were told to go home and do something in our community. So I started a group of, a very loose support group. We called ourselves a non-support group because nobody wanted a gripe group. They wanted to have fun. And that's the key, is you have fun doing something with other people with Parkinson's. So if you're in an exercise class with them and you're having you're going to talk. It's going to be therapeutic in more ways than one. And that's the key to the whole thing for me. I
I
think
agree because you're right.
so many of us, what I've noticed over the years is so many of us, especially those like Barbara and me, and you've seen a lot of them. Matthew's another one. We're driven. I don't know if this minute I've talked to my doctors. Is it the medication? It could be. It could be, that the dopamine is pushing us further, to move more and more and more. And yet, apathy is a major symptom of Parkinson's. So we have one side and then the other. So how do you reconcile that?
Well, in storytelling, you do through, I mean, one of the great examples is Jekyll and Hyde, right? It is the
Yeah,
duality of humanity to say, I
right.
am this and that. That's the great tension I'm talking about. Like you said, the hyperactivity versus the fatigue, apathy, and being both of those things, being confused about both presenting and feeling that way.
So I find when I'm off, my medications go off, and we call off time and on time. When the
Oh,
medications are working or they're not working. When they're off, that's when the apathy and the fatigue sets in. When my medications are on, it's go, 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 go.
yeah.
And I've had, my husband tells me to slow down, my therapist told me to slow down, my doctors tell me, I can't. It's not, I'm not capable of it. I keep cutting things out of my life and bringing more things in to replace them.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just gonna, that's who I am. I was always a joiner. I was always getting involved in organizations. So this time I started my own.
I love hearing from you right there, the acceptance of who you are, because saying this is who I am, and I know it may look like A, B, C, D. However, I feel the most authentic. I feel the most me in this space. And to that end, Twitchy, Sharon, thank you. I love you. And I'm so glad to have you as a friend.
Well, thank you. Well, it's mutual. I mean, we clicked right away, when I came to you
Yep.
and you said, Twitchy's here. And I'm like, really? Really, just a real quick story. When we got to Barcelona, we were in the airport. We hadn't even gotten out of the airport. Somebody recognized me and they said, "You're famous." And I'm like, "No, I'm not."
This
That's
is how it
what you
goes.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, it only
We
gets
heard that the whole time, everybody, all over the place. And women in my group whose badges said Twitchy woman, they were, nobody knew that they weren't me. So, oh, you're famous.
gotta get shirts. Who is Twitchy Woman? And we're all Twitchy women.
There were a lot of us.
Oh, that's great. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure having you here, and let's keep doing the great stuff we're doing.
Okay,
All right.
absolutely. Thank you.